So just some quick tips that I have and some things that I kind of want you guys to keep in mind when you're getting your results in and kind of thinking about where you want to go once you finally know where you got accepted. Some things I kind of want to just say is that don't compare yourself to others, and don't compare yourself to your friends or to other students, because this is your personal experience in college. And don't kind of compare your achievements to other people's achievements. One person may have gotten into one college and maybe you didn't, or you did and they didn't. You kind of never know what happened with the admissions process. So don't put yourself down if you compare yourself to other people and you feel like you're not as good as them. This is your own experience, and this is what you're going to get from it. So don't be worried about what other people are doing. This is a time where you should be focusing on yourself. And a lot of people kind of want to go to the same college as their friends. But sometimes that's not the best thing for you. So you should be focusing on what's best for you and what's going to be a good opportunity for you, and what program you should take and what location you want to be in, and not consider what your friends want, because it might be scary to think that you're going to be separating from your friends. But if one school is the best opportunity for you, then you should take it, because this is your life that you're going to be living. You're going to be there to study and to make a career. So don't take into consideration what your friends are doing and what other people are doing and what other people get, because that's not going to be relevant to your life. And this is going to be something really important to you in your career and your future. So you should be focusing on what you want and what you need, rather than what other people are going to think. Once you get your results in, and maybe you didn't get into the top choice school that you really wanted to go to, I think that keeping in mind that transferring is an option is just something that can kind of make you feel better. If there's a school that you really wanted to go to and you really pictured yourself being there and enjoying the city and enjoying the program and enjoying the professors, always consider that you can always go there in the future. You can always transfer. So maybe spend a year in your state school, get really good grades, and then transfer to the school that you really wanted to go to. That is always an option. So don't bum yourself out for not going to the school that you really wanted to go to. Sometimes that happens too with financial aid. That's a really real possibility. I know a lot of my friends got into really, really good schools, but they were just so expensive. And kind of thinking that maybe you can transfer in the future, or maybe the school that you got into is the best choice for you. It's really important for you to think that, just because sometimes things don't work out and you kind of have to make the best of things. And so if you don't get into the top choice school that you want, you can always transfer. And if you did get in and it's just too expensive, that's not your fault, you know. And one really important thing that I kind of want to emphasize is that the school does not define you. Wherever you go doesn't define you and doesn't define your career. Going to college is just as big of a step as it is. So going to a college is just amazing no matter where you go. Taking all the opportunities that you can and kind of molding your career into where you want it to be, that's going to be on you and not on the school that you go to. So if you're going to end up going to a state school or you go to an Ivy League school, you're still going to have to put in the work, and you're still going to have to get internships and get jobs and get good grades in your classes. So the school isn't going to define you. You're going to define what the school means to you. So you're going to get out of the school what you put in. So don't bum yourself out if you don't get to the top choice school that you want, because anything that you want to be is still a possibility. And don't think that that's just the last straw, you know? And finally, the last thing I want to say is that this is going to be a really hard process. There's going to be so many things that you have to do, and you're just going to get tired and overwhelmed and stressed, and you're going to cry, and you're just going to be like, why am I going through this? And once everything's over during the spring semester, you're just going to feel so good and relieved that you went through it. So just take it day by day. And as I said, just take your time, try to start as early as you can, ask as many questions as you need to your counselors and your teachers. Get as much information as you can about the different programs, about the different schools, the campuses. Ask for your recommendations as early as you can, and take all the results with kind of a grain of salt, because a lot of the times admissions are so crazy. If you start comparing people and why they got in and why they didn't get in, you just get so confused, and you just won't even want to think about it anymore. It isn't something you control, you know. Those people, the admissions boards at the different schools, they're the ones that decide who gets in and who doesn't. So once the results come in, take all your options, think about them very thoroughly, think about the money, think about the loans you have to take, think about the programs that you can do, the sites that you can do while you're studying abroad, the different cities that you'll be living in, the weather. Think about all of that and then make your decision. And then once you make your decision, also think that, you know, maybe in the future I can transfer to another school. Maybe in the future I can switch to a different major. You know, nothing's kind of final. That's what I kind of want to emphasize also. Once you make your decision, it's not going to be the final thing. You're not going to have to be there for 4 years if you don't want to. You can always transfer. You can always change schools. You can always change programs, change majors. So also take it as with little stress as you can, just because it can be a really stressful phase in your life. And as high school seniors, try to enjoy the time that you have, your last year, as much as you can, because it's really one of the best times that you have to have with your friends and to have with your school. And you want to have as much fun as you can. You don't want to remember that time as just you stressing out and kind of not living life, because although this is a really important step in your life, you should also know that, you know, you should be happy while you're doing it. And as long as you take your time with it and you know, get as much information as you can. Also try to enjoy your last year and have fun with your friends and make it as fun as you can. So this is my video, and I hope that this helped you. If you have any specific questions, I can certainly answer them in comments. And also a video about NYU. Kavina and I really want to do that for anyone that's coming to NYU this year. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope this helped. I know it can be a really hard process, but it's going to be really rewarding at the end. So thank you.